Hey everybody, and welcome back to Anna and Sigmund Present, where we examine the lives and crimes of notorious killers from around the world. Some you may have heard of, others will be new to you. Either way, we'll be delving into dark and disturbing worlds, not for the faint of heart. In the early hours of May 22nd, 1981, a loud splash was heard in the Chattahoochee River under the James Jackson Parkway Bridge in Atlanta, Georgia. This splash led to the eventual arrest and conviction of Wayne Williams. From 1979 to 1981, the city of Atlanta was marred by the disappearances and murders of 29 African American boys and men. Fear and unease permeated the city, particularly among the African American community. No one felt safe. The police had no leads and were frustrated in their investigations. This is the story of the Atlanta child murders. In mid-1979, two teenage boys disappeared 4 days apart. Edward Teddy Hope Smith, aged 14, and Alfred Q. Evans, aged 13, were both found July 28th in a wooded area. These are considered the first victims of the Atlanta child murders. The next victim was 14-year-old Milton Harvey, who disappeared whilst running an errand for his mother. His bike was found a week later, but his body was not found until that November. The fourth victim turned out to be 9-year-old Yusuf Bell. A witness claimed to see Bell enter a blue car, but nothing came of it. His body was found in an abandoned school, still clothed. He had been hit twice in the head, and the cause of death was strangulation. The turn of the decade saw the Atlanta child murders increase in numbers. From March 4th to November 20th, 1980, 11 boys and 2 girls, ranging in age from 7 to 16, disappeared and were murdered. When the causes of death could be determined, the vast majority were killed by strangulation, with a couple being killed by blunt force trauma to the head. The bodies were found in many places: wooded areas, schools, in rivers, on riverbanks, and empty lots. The police had very few clues. They claimed they were looking for a dark-skinned man, possibly with a goatee, and possibly driving a blue car. There was not much to go on. 1981 started the way 1980 had gone. More and more young people disappeared and were found dead by strangulation. Beginning with the disappearance of 13-year-old Lube Geter on January 3rd, the final victim in the Atlanta child murders was 27-year-old Nathaniel Cater, who was last seen the end of May. To this point, a total of 28 people ranging in age from 7 to 27 had been killed. It's difficult to imagine what happens to a community when it's in the grips of a crisis like this. With over 100 FBI agents working on the case, the people of Atlanta during this time were gripped with fear. Neighborhood watch groups formed and grew. Parents tried to be more protective of their children, withdrawing them from school and forbidding outdoor play. The city imposed curfews. People grew suspicious of each other. With no real leads, the people were scared. Then, the FBI caught a break. As the media coverage of the killings intensified, the FBI predicted that the killer might dump the next body into a body of water to conceal any evidence. Police staked out nearly a dozen area bridges, including crossings of the Chattahoochee River. During a stakeout on May 22, 1981, detectives got their first major break when an officer heard a splash beneath a bridge. Another officer saw a white 1970 Chevrolet station wagon turn around and drive back across the bridge. 2 police cars later stopped the suspect station wagon about a half-mile from the bridge. The driver was 23-year-old Wayne Bertram Williams, a supposed music promoter and freelance photographer. The Chevrolet belonged to his parents. Dog hair and fibers recovered from the rear of the vehicle were later used as evidence in the case against Williams, as similar fibers were found on some of the victims. They were found to match his dog and the carpet in his parents' house. During the questioning, Williams said he was on his way to audition a woman, one Cheryl Johnson, as a singer. Williams claimed she lived in the nearby town of Smyrna. Police did not find any record of her or the appointment. Wayne Williams was born on May 27, 1958, to Homer and Faye Williams. Both of his parents were teachers, and he was raised in the Dixie Hills neighborhood of southwest Atlanta, Georgia. Williams graduated from Douglas High School and developed a keen interest in radio and journalism. He constructed his own carrier current radio station and began frequenting stations WIGO and WAOK, where he befriended a number of the announcing crew and began dabbling in becoming a pop music producer and manager. 2 days after the splash, on May 24th, the nude body of Nathaniel Cater, 27, was found floating downriver a few miles from the bridge where police had seen the suspicious station wagon. Based on this evidence, including the police officers hearing the splash, police believed that Williams had killed Cater and disposed of his body while police were nearby. Investigators who stopped Williams on the bridge noticed gloves and a 24-inch nylon cord sitting in the passenger seat. According to investigators, the cord looked similar to ligature marks found on Cater and other victims, but the cord was never taken into evidence for analysis. Adding to a growing list of suspicious circumstances, Williams had handed out flyers in a predominantly black neighborhood, calling for young people ages 11 to 21 to audition for his new singing group that he called Gemini. Williams failed an FBI-administered polygraph examination, although it should be noticed polygraph results are not admissible as evidence in criminal courts. Fibers from a carpet in the Williams residence were found to match those observed on 2 of the victims. Additional fibers from the Williams' home, vehicles, and pet dog were later matched to fibers discovered on other victims. Furthermore, a witness claimed to have seen Williams holding hands and walking with Nathaniel Cater on the night Cater is believed to have died. On June 21, 1981, Williams was arrested. A grand jury indicted him for the first-degree murder in the deaths of Nathaniel Cater and Jimmy Ray Payne, aged 22. The trial date was set for early 1982. When the news of Williams' arrest was officially released, his status as a suspect had been previously leaked to the media, FBI agent John E. Douglas stated that if it was Williams, then he was, quote, looking pretty good for a good percentage of the killings, end quote. Douglas had previously conducted an interview with People magazine about profiling the killer as a young black man. This was widely reported as the FBI effectively declaring Williams guilty, and Douglas was officially censured by the director of the FBI. However, it must be noted that the murders stopped after Williams was arrested. On February 27, 1982, Williams was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison for the murders of 27-year-old Cater and 21-year-old Payne. He was never tried for the murders of the Atlanta children. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this to be both entertaining and informative. If you have any suggestions for topics, please let us know in the comments down below. We'll do our best to accommodate your wishes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification button. It's just a few clicks for you, but it means a lot for us. You can also help the channel by becoming a patron. Click the link in the description if this is a way you can support us. Any help you give our channel is greatly appreciated. See you next time.